What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy. We're back.
Finally.
Oh my gosh. After what seems like, I don't know, like a 6 months or something. No,
Feels like
it wasn't that long. Well, with some schedule changes and some unexpected illness, we're back and you are in the clear.
I am. I tested negative.
Welcome back. Nice to have you back. Good to see you. You're looking well.
Thank you.
So I usually I talk about, what episode this is, what we're going to cover, but it's been like a couple of weeks and a lot of stuff has happened. So,
Yes.
although this is, Random Fandom number 43, holy cow, 43 of those, for the week of December 19th, we are going to talk about some stuff that's happened over the last couple of weeks. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes a little long, I hope you're hanging out with us until the end. However, before we get to all that stuff, first comments coming in. We got Steve over on YouTube. Joyeux Noël tout le monde. Merci, mon ami. Merci.
Oui.
Nice to have you along, Steve, as always. Of course, we are 100% audience participation. It's been a couple of weeks, so if you get stuff you want to talk about that came up this week, last week, I don't know, maybe it's coming up in the next couple of weeks. You want to talk about Christmas, you want to talk about Christmas specials or anything you want to talk about, hit us up in the chat on whatever platform you're watching on. We are live.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, you can hit us up on the custom WhatsApp link if you want to call in. We are a call-in show. The line is open. I got a new phone, so we had to test that today.
It worked.
100%. It worked. After we figured out how to not be like clumsy thumbs. Stop pushing the mute button. I'm not pushing the mute button. Are you pushing the mute button?
Might have been. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm like, mute. Why is it turning on and off? I'm not even touching it. Anyway, that's where we're at. I guess we should probably start off with one of them usual things that we do. Do we have a thing? We do have a thing. Well, then here, hold on a second. Let me hit the
Random Fandom Trivia.
Yeah, let's have another round of Random Fandom Trivia.
So
I like trivia.
This one is Christmas themed for this week, just because.
I should have put some jingle bells on the mixer.
That's okay.
That's right. Jing, 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 jing.
Question for you.
Yeah, okay.
What does George promise to give to Mary at the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life?
A divorce. No, I don't. Wow. When did this movie come out?
Oh, ages ago.
In the 40s?
It was filmed in 1946 during a heat wave.
Well, oh, really? Christmas movie shot during the summer.
Yeah, if you look closely in a couple scenes, you can actually see him sweating.
It's melted snow. That's what it is. Melted snow.
I got a bonus clip for you for that.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I know that I've seen, like, when the movie is on and you're skimming through the channels, I know I've stopped on it. But to be honest, I don't think I've watched It's a Wonderful Life from start to finish.
Really?
Yeah, I probably should do that.
You should. It's like one of the greatest Elseworlds tales ever told.
As a fan of things, I can't really be talking about a thing that I don't know a whole lot about. So
fair enough.
I don't really know. What did he promise her?
Anybody at home want to chime in on this one? Steve says
an air conditioner.
They could have used it
in the 40s. That would have been one of these, the old hand operated.
Oh, Major coming in here.
Oh, Major over on Facebook says the moon. He promised her the moon. That seems like a reasonable thing to do in the 40s.
Totally.
I'll give you the moon and more, baby.
That's right. Well, Major is correct.
Well, it is the moon.
It was the moon. He promised he would lasso it and pull it down for her.
Roping the moon. Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
I wish I could do that.
I know.
Promise my loved ones, extras.
You saw Jim Carrey do it in, what was it? The one where he becomes God.
God Almighty.
Yeah, or Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty, not the one that Steve Carell was in.
No,
the
that
other
was,
one,
Evan Almighty.
cheap knockoff Almighty.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like Steve Carell.
Yeah. But did you know that they made a new type of artificial snow just for that movie?
Sure, I would believe that. I mean, Hollywood snow has undergone a lot of changes. There was for the longest time it was like shredded plastic, which was like really wreaking havoc on actors' respiratory systems.
Yep.
And I believe at one point they've used shredded paper. But I don't know. Like, what's the deal on this one?
During the time they were doing it, they were mostly using cornflakes painted white. But
yum.
Director, Capra, he found it too noisy, so he had the special effects department mix foamite with sugar and water.
Oh, there you go.
And 6,000 gallons of this new chemical snow was transformed into
is that right?
Winter for this California set.
I wonder. I'd like to maybe do a dive on this foamite. I'd like to know more about that. Is this the stuff that
it's a firefighting chemical? So
breathe deep, everybody. Breathe deep.
As it just rains down upon you.
Nice.
So we do have some sad notes this week.
Well, I mean, it feels like every time something happens, we tend to start with that to get it out of the way, but we've been banking them for a couple of weeks. So
so unfortunately we do have a few.
Well, let's start. Let's get on with it.
Well, first up, Peaky Blinders actor Benjamin Zephaniah has passed at 65.
My wife is not going to like that. She really likes that.
Yeah, he passed on Thursday, December 7th, following a diagnosis of a brain tumor about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And just
that moved fast.
Yeah,
that moved pretty fast.
But his wife was by his side throughout, and she was with him when he passed. So,
well, condolences, obviously, going out to Benjamin's family and friends. It's, I mean, it's a horrible way. I mean, it's never
easy.
No, but I mean, a cancerous tumor, I would assume. Yeah. So, I mean, cancer is a awful thing to have to deal with.
But, he's not the only one.
No,
we also lost Shane MacGowan. Lead singer of the Pogues.
And of course, I mean, as it is every year, what is it? Christmas in New York. It's in heavy duty rotation again this year. But man, some of the most recent photos of him were almost unrecognizable.
Yeah,
I mean, there is a guy. You think that guys like Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, who got their nickname the Toxic Twins, have lived a hard life. They got nothing on Shane. Like, it was just so rough at the end. And I hope that, wherever he is, that he's in a better place than he was before.
Yeah. One said, if you don't want to come to the funeral, Shane definitely would understand. He wouldn't want to go either.
He wouldn't want to go to a funeral.
He didn't like going to funerals.
Fair. That's fair.
But if you want to remember him, the next time you see a homeless person, stop and give them your time and your compassion and your respect, and treat them like a brother or sister, because that's what he would have wanted.
That's interesting. Did he do? I mean, first of all, he wasn't homeless at the end, was he?
No.
Was he working with the homeless?
I don't know for sure, but
interesting.
During his eulogy by his wife, she described him as an explorer.
Yeah,
who pushed the boundaries of what you can still do in a physical body.
Isn't that something?
Recounting at one point he was taking 100 tabs of acid a day.
Well,
so that's definitely pushing the physical limits.
Is an explorer seems like an awful nice way to frame that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's an expedition I would want to go on. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
But they had a big procession through there, and thousands of people turned out to mourn.
Yeah,
and like even celebrities were there too, right? So,
are you a Pogues fan?
I am.
Like, I don't think I could name another Pogue song outside of
my favorite album, If I Should Fall from Grace with God.
Okay, well, maybe I should give it a listen.
The title track on that's awesome.
Okay, so. Right on.
Yeah.
We got any more?
Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
From Brooklyn Nine-Nine, we have lost Andre Braugher.
Oh, and had no idea that the man was even ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too. I mean, I was late to the show, obviously.
Yeah.
And I don't know him from anything else. I just think of him as, Captain Holt.
Yeah.
And in that regard, like Kim and I have watched, Oh, I think we've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine in its entirety twice.
Nice.
Kim's probably seen more episodes than I have, but for sure we've seen it a full like 2 times through, and he's so good at playing like deadpan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah. 61 years old, brief illness.
Yeah, yeah, and they don't say
No.
just brief illness. So I
So-
mean, I hope he didn't suffer.
Yeah. But then there's one more, unfortunately.
Oh man.
James McCaffrey, the voice of Max Payne.
Oh yeah, that
and
just
Alan
came up.
Wake's Alex Casey has
Yeah,
died at the age of
I
60.
haven't played either of those. Have you?
I played the first Max Payne,
Okay,
but
all right.
I haven't followed the franchise much.
I mean, do we know him from anything else?
Maybe
Maybe
I
we do.
believe
I
so.
don't know.
Yeah, New York Undercover. He was on there.
Okay.
He was a recurring role there as Captain Arthur O'Byrne in season 3.
Hmm.
There was the NBC action series Viper back in '94.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is it? FX's Rescue Me in
Oh, really?
2004.
Yeah. Rescue Me.
Yeah,
Okay.
he played James Xavier Jimmy Keefe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also in Suits, Blue Bloods, As the World Turns, Beautiful People, She's Gotta Have It.
That's in Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
and films like The Orphan Killer, Camp Hope, and Excuse Me for Living.
I find myself the more and I'm doing it now more often as I'm watching stuff, I'll see somebody be like, oh, I've seen them before. So then
Yeah.
I'll immediately look up the cast list of whatever I'm watching and start looking for like, where have I seen this person before?
Yeah,
I mean, he does look familiar. Maybe it was Jessica Jones that I'm remembering him from.
it could be.
I think
That's fairly
It's
recent,
almost
right?
the only thing on that list I've probably watched enough of to
True.
have any real memory of.
But another one gone, unfortunately.
It just one thing you can never escape, and that is the aging process. And I mean, every time we talk about one of these, it just reminds me of my own mortality.
Yeah.
Man, hug your loved ones, hold them close, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Especially this time of year, we're getting close to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we are close to Christmas, aren't we?
We are.
We're like
a few short days away.
We're less than a week away from
We are.
Christmas. Wow, and I am still trying to put together a Christmas episode, and I haven't even gotten a reply from everybody.
Might be a Boxing Week episode now.
Maybe it'll be a live stream.
Maybe.
I was thinking of doing a pre-recorded, but I'm thinking maybe it'd be a live stream now.
It could be
Just
fun.
because we're running out of time. Oh man. All right,
Well,
what do we got next?
Moving away from the sad part, this one's a bit happy. Jack Black revealed that Tenacious D is making music for the upcoming Kung Fu Panda 4.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Did they
it's
do-
going to be either the opening credit or the post, like the full credit sequence song?
Did they contribute any songs to the previous movies?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
I didn't think that they had.
But they figured since this was getting announced that the trailer
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah,
far,
yeah, yeah.
and they were not wrong because the trailer came out last week, I believe, and it is fantastic.
Is it? Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, we've linked to it in the show notes. But to give you the basic rundown, the new villain is a chameleon that
Oh.
steals the kung fu powers of everyone it comes into contact with.
Everybody. Oh wow.
And the trailer features a remixed version of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, and it just fits so well.
As sung by Jack.
No, as the White Stripes.
Oh,
they say
okay.
it's
It is the White Stripes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So not re-recorded, just
No,
remixed.
just
Okay.
remixed into a new, more epic version for the trailer.
Steve says they're great.
They are great.
I said that in Tony the Tiger's voice, I think.
It's all good.
I don't know. It was all the talking about anthropomorphic animals had me. I jumped right to they're great.
But yeah, it looks like we don't know for sure if the Furious 5 will be returning for this installment,
Okay.
but Dustin Hoffman's character's back. Tai Lung is coming back
Oh, that's cool.
for, I don't know if it's going to be a full appearance or just a brief little get your power stolen thing, but
Is the dad still alive?
I don't know for sure.
I know the actor's still alive.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
No. I mean, like,
Oh, the Goose Father.
yeah.
Oh,
James
James Wong.
Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he gonna come back?
I don't know. I hope so.
Can't have a Kung Fu Panda without him.
I know he's like been in every one, but it looks good. It looks to be, I believe it's Aquafina playing the role of this new sidekick type character.
Man, I like her, but she's been doing a lot of that.
She has been.
Yeah.
She's everywhere.
And everywhere is good if you need that exposure. But I mean, she's probably got, I think, does she not have more notes?
Maybe.
I hope she's got more notes than that because sidekick characters really aren't, I don't know. I like her. So, I mean, I definitely am not, worried about it. I just would like to see more range. That's all.
Yeah. But, the main villain is the powerful sorceress Chameleon. It will be played by Viola Davis.
And it looks like Chameleon. I'm presuming that's
Yeah,
the
the upper-
Chameleon taking the
his
form of.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a great line. He's like, "I'm gonna kick my own butt."
Oh, that's funny.
So looks fun. Coming out next year.
I feel like that's there's a super villain that can do that. That can mimic. Oh, Taskmaster.
Yeah, he can
Can
mimic any
mimic their-
fighting
yeah.
style.
So I wonder if the chameleon thing includes
I would think so.
their fighting styles.
'Cause there is one scene where she literally does the chameleon tongue and takes the kung fu essence of another
Oh, right. That's cool.
So,
Okay, I'm definitely in.
how that's going to play out, I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
It's a Marvel movie wrapped in animals.
From DreamWorks.
I'm in.
Yeah. This next one you're going to be in too.
I'm totally in on this.
MASH
did
is
they
doing
say-
a reunion with the original cast members.
Surviving
surviving
the
members,
surviving
yes.
members. Yeah. This show regularly makes greatest lists of all time,
And for good reason.
and it's on mine as well.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see, what that's going to look like when they put it together.
Yeah. But Alan Alda, he'll be back. Gary Berghoff, who played Radar,
Yeah,
Jamie Farr, Mike Farrell, Loretta Swift,
I
all
think
coming back.
I think they're it.
They might be.
I don't think there's any. I don't know. I mean, if what the producer Larry Gelbart, I don't think he's still around anymore. But
Hmm.
it's cool though. What are they saying here? Never before seen behind the scenes footage, photos, and stories featuring EP's Gene Reynolds and Burt Metcalf.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm totally looking forward to that. I mean, is it an anniversary for MASH?
I believe we're coming up on.
It
some
must
sort of
be
anniversary.
something. It's either that or an anniversary of the war. But I mean, my
Yeah,
dates
'cause
are
the finale was in 1983, so that was
2023. That
Yeah.
that would make sense. Yeah.
So
Like what,
that would put it at 40 years now, right?
83, 93, 03, 13. Yeah, 40 years.
Yeah.
Ooh, 40 years of MASH.
Steve says MASH was great.
It's still great. And
It
I mean,
is.
it's
You can still put it on and watch
I
it.
was gonna say that's my I can throw that on any time of the day.
Yeah, and it
and
holds up
yeah.
really well.
Yeah. Historical stuff though tends to do that. It doesn't really
Yeah.
it doesn't lose anything. It just
you're
because
not-
it's frozen in time already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back in time, we've finally got
I
our
gotta
first
get back
teaser
in time.
for Welcome to Derry.
Funny, I when you sent that photo over and I looked at it, I'm like, I know that intersection. We
Yes,
were
you
there
do.
this summer.
We were there this summer. We were there probably while they were filming this part.
Probably the weekend that we were there.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the day we were there, it would have been the very next day.
Yeah, because these particular actors were filming another scene when we were there.
That's right. Yeah.
Up the street at the diner.
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
But the first footage from it has been released in a compilation from Max, showing a whole bunch of their other stuff. So it shows up around 135. in
Wait.
video.
Now they're actively marketing the show.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can finally put our stuff out?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think we'd be violating anything at this point?
Well, there might be spoilers.
If you've forgotten or you're new to the show, we have another series that's sort of ongoing where we do on location stuff, and we are fortunate enough to live close enough to where they were filming Welcome to Derry. So we actually went down during filming and
Just before the strike happened.
yeah, got some photos. We got to rub elbows with Andy Machete, so that was
Mhm.
kind of cool. And then the strike happened and everything kind of locked up. So out of respect for everybody, we did not publish anything. But now
Getting close.
I wonder if we can full dump. Keep an eye out for that soon because we'll have more on that coming.
Yep. But it is in the coming in 2025 video from Max. We've linked to it in the show notes if you want to go give it a look. It's at the 135-minute mark, and it's not a lot. It's just the kids riding around the
Just
corner,
enough to say,
couple
oh,
little
there it
flashes,
is. Yeah.
and Pennywise's red balloon makes an
Oh,
appearance.
that's cool.
So looking forward to that one.
That's very cool.
for this next one, apparently he's not very jolly. Tim Allen has been called out by Santa Claus co-star for rude behavior.
You know what's funny on the TV show or from the
The
movies?
TV show.
So Tim Allen has been sort of a hot topic before
Yeah.
for similar. So does this surprise you?
I mean, he's been Santa Claus long enough. Shouldn't he just like be permanently jolly?
Wow.
Happy the money is rolling in?
I mean, Santa Claus the character, yes. Tim Allen the guy, I don't know. Also, Tim Allen is one of those not characters. He's one of those actors that always makes those lists of celebrity mugshots. Because he's got a good one. We should do I'll see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll put it up on our social media after the show. Celebrity mugshots, yeah, Tim Allen. I'm not surprised. I've heard this before, that he's hard to work with and has a very particular isms.
Yeah.
Is that the way to say it? Now, there's a quote that you don't see every day.
Yeah. This from co-star Casey Wilson, who plays the grown-up version of Sarah.
Yeah.
If you remember way back to the first movie, the first little girl who comes up and pokes him on the shoulder and says, I want this.
Yeah.
Well, this is that character grown up. But she is quoted as saying, Tim Allen was such a bitch. It was the truly single worst experience I've ever had with a co-star ever.
Punctuate that.
Yeah.
Ever.
So I'm in a scene. It's just me and Tim Allen. I'm supposed to throw things at him. I think he's a burglar. So he's coming down the chimney, obviously a Santa. And I'm woken up thinking there's an intruder, basically like a home invasion scene.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing things at him, and he goes over to the producer, who's standing 4 feet from me, and goes, and I hear him, you got to tell her to stop stepping on my lines. The producer turns to me with horror on his face and has to walk 1 foot to me and says, Tim would like to ask you to stop stepping on his lines.
He's not the only one I've heard of doing this. I've heard this before of actors like going through an intermediary when the person that they're working with is like you and I apart.
Yeah.
Like, stupid. Like, I don't mean to. Well, no, I do.
Well,
who do you think you are?
It's like,
seriously.
please tell so-and-so I'm not talking to them.
I don't know. Is that the way? Is that Hollywood? Is that what it's like?
That's
Hollywood?
kind of like a gag on countless sitcoms.
Yeah.
And usually it's like, finally, like Corner Gas is a good one. They're like, are you talking to so-and-so? Are you talking to so-and-so? Who's talking to who here?
Yeah. But I just can't get over that you think you're so at the center of whatever world you live in that you can't even be bothered to speak to the people you're working with, that they're beneath you somehow.
Yeah.
Like, dude, at the end of the day, like I said, none of us are escaping the aging process. And at some point you'll just be a guy putting his pants on, drooling in front of the window.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah. She continued on saying, everybody was walking on eggshells and looking frantic, and quoting her here, he was so fucking rude, never made eye contact, never said anything. It was so uncomfortable.
I don't know. I don't want to totally come down on Tim Allen, even though he has a reputation, but at the same time, how much of that is her perceptions of him? Like, was he like that with everybody? Was he just
just her?
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't know. Anyway, first and second season, I believe, of the
second season just wrapped. We watched it. I liked it.
Yeah. On Disney Plus, right?
Have you watched this?
I haven't watched the first one yet.
Oh, first season's good too.
Nice.
Second season gets a couple of additional cast members, which I really liked. We get the fellow from Modern Family who played Cameron.
I'm not up on my Modern
Family. The two. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, Claire's.
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cam.
Yeah. The gay husband.
Yeah. Who's straight, by the way.
Yes.
He's straight. He's straight in real life.
Yeah.
And Fluffy, the comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. Gabriel Iglesias. They're both in it, and
nice.
they're good.
Nice.
I liked it.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Watch season 1 first.
Will do.
You'll need to.
Well, there's lots of spoilers flying around.
Oh my god, this is actually.
And I'm
okay.
Super happy with what he's doing here.
I'm okay now, but I was angry last week.
Were you?
Oh, I was angry last week. I'm like,
how can you stay angry at Ryan Reynolds?
I was angry at the whole thing. Like, I get it that there are people who make it their life to go out
spoil.
and spoil, but the amount of stuff that has been coming off the set of this movie
Yeah.
has just been like, I can't even look at I couldn't look at my phone for a couple of days without getting, and I'm like, I just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a
So,
little
because of the
angry.
amount of stuff is Ryan Reynolds joined in and he started sharing his own spoilers.
So those are kind of
These
funny.
are awesome.
But these are the photos that were already
Yeah,
out there now.
but they've
They're
been
they've been a little bit
altered slightly.
a little altered.
They feature a predator, Mickey Mouse handing over a bag of cash to Deadpool. Steve Urkel makes an appearance in there, as well as some other stuff. And
Did I do that?
yeah, so to combat them, he's basically fake newsing it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, not a fan. We've already pretty much got the entire movie spoiled.
Yeah.
The plot is pretty much it's essentially been confirmed.
yeah.
And I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. If you know, you know. If you
Yeah.
don't know, go see it with fresh eyes.
Yeah,
I wish
we only
I
get
could
one Marvel movie next year.
I wish I
Don't
could
worry.
unsee what I saw. 'Cause I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Next up, we have Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths,
I am excited.
confirming that it's the end of the Tomorrowverse.
So this caught me for a loop because for a while I was very much on top of the DC animated stuff. I would watch them as they came out, but then it just seemed to me like every time you turn around there was another one and I
Yeah.
couldn't keep up with them.
I didn't realize that that's what they were building. I thought it was just adapting story to story, right?
I always thought that most of them seem to be isolated stories. Like they've done some really good ones too. Particularly All-Star Superman is fantastic.
Yeah.
So is the Justice League New Frontier. If you're gonna watch any DC animated movies, those two you couldn't go wrong with.
Yeah.
Had no idea that they were building
Building to this.
a continuity within these movies. They had done it a couple of times with some of the New 52 inspired stuff,
Mhm.
but it was just like a loose connection.
Yeah.
But now with this connection, they're talking like this is the beginning of the end, I guess.
For the current continuity.
Right. Of what they're saying is what, a 7-film series.
I believe so, yeah.
Now that doesn't necessarily, presumably that doesn't take into account that this Crisis on Infinite Earths is just the first part of what,
Yeah,
a
three-parter.
three-parter. That's a long one because
True.
the animated films tend to be in that 65 to 90 minute range anyway. So if you get 3 of those,
Yeah.
that could be a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, because it was a 12-issue series, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But now I feel, because I'm a big fan of Crisis, I feel like I need to go back and watch all these other movies.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a huge fan of that animation style.
Yeah, I'll still give it a chance.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yep.
You got a favorite DC animated?
I didn't mind Flashpoint Paradox.
I also like the
I
Flashpoint
like that
Paradox. Yeah,
adaptation.
I did. I like that one.
See how this comes out. But back over to Marvel, Disney and Steve Ditko's estate have finally settled over the rights to a couple different superheroes.
With or without any details?
I'm assuming with details.
Did we get details?
Let's see here. Back in 2021, Ditko's brother Patrick Ditko filed a notice with the United States Copyright Office to terminate Marvel Entertainment's rights to Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's based on some U.S. law where after what, 70?
The Copyright Act of
75
'76.
Yeah.
Which allows inheritors to revoke the license of an intellectual property once granted to another party and take back the rights to these two characters.
Yeah.
While Disney would still own them, if lost in court, the company would then have to pay the characters' co-owners.
That's interesting.
So
you kind of wonder if they'll just go like, here's some money, go away.
Probably. But the catch was that this right only applies if the property was transferred to the current owner. If they were created under a work for hire situation, like a lot of the stuff was back then,
Sure.
The company would be entitled to the rights and the creator cannot terminate its ownership.
The thing is, like, does that like, how does it work though? Because it's not like the character was sold to another, like the entire company
Yeah.
was bought.
Ditko's brother, he would have had to have proved that Spider-Man and Doctor Strange weren't original Marvel franchises,
Right.
but instead ones that were given to them.
I don't know
which,
enough.
I don't believe so.
I don't know enough Marvel history to even have an opinion on that.
Yeah, like because Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy, it was a throw-in story, right?
Right.
Apparently, the final details of this settlement are shrouded in mystery, but a trusted source stated that the agreement was beneficial to all parties.
Beneficial to everyone.
Yeah,
we get the characters and you get some money. Now
Here,
go away.
Go away. Take your money and go.
Of course.
So,
of course.
Enough to keep them happy for
Yeah.
a generation, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
At least one.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of toy news.
Yeah, man. I mean, every time I turn around, there's something new coming out, and half the time I want it. The other half, I'm like, Speaking of new toys, I got a. Well, it's not. I can't call it a Christmas present, but it's. Oh yeah! I was so excited to pick up this guy. Thank you, Andy, for picking this up for me.
Problem.
Of the four? There's four? Yeah, from Kenobi, there were 4 Obi-Wans. And I have 3 of them.
Nice.
But that's another story. All right, on with the toy news. Let's get to the new stuff.
Well, our first one up here, he is not as pretty as Obi-Wan.
No?
But he's all American.
Toxic Avenger? Oh, nice.
So
nailed it.
Yeah, Super 7 is putting out the 7-inch scale, highly articulated Toxic Avenger in the Ultimates line. Comes with his mop, which has a flag on it.
So it does, yeah.
Bandolier with a trio of toxic waste grenades, a blobby minifigure, and more. And he is for7.com.
Is this sort of in the same vein as what they've been doing with the Turtles? This Playmates originally made these, right? Toxic Crusaders, I should say.
You know, I don't know for sure. I would think this is more along the lines with that Elvira one where it's like a Stars and Stripes version.
True, but it looks like the traditional Toxie, just with the
Americanized colors,
all American, colors. Yeah.
Well, good time to release it, seeing as the movie just came out there again, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't exactly look like Peter Dinklage.
Is this something that's on your radar?
Not so much.
Were you a fan of the original line?
I didn't mind it. I didn't have a lot of them. I had Dr. Killomoff, and that was it.
I mean, when we had the store, I had a few of them come through, but I didn't have to. I'll be honest with you. Half the time, I was confusing them for turtle villains. At a glance, right? I'm like, it's a turtle.
Right in.
It's a turtle villain. I'm sure. No, it's a Toxic Crusader. Oh, okay.
But they fit right in there. I mean, everybody's with ooze, right?
Yeah.
Another one here, not from Super 7 though. G.I. Joe debuted in 1964 with the original action figure.
Sure, with the big flocked bearded guy. Yeah.
Well, to celebrate the 60th anniversary of that, they are updating the original classic 12-inch toys into the highly articulated 6-inch scale.
Oh, in the classified series.
With premium deco and detailing.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I really like these guys.
They look good.
If one thing that G.I. Joe I'd always wanted them to do was to just do the modern soldiers. Like
an army builder type.
Not even an army builder, but just give me a real representation of an Army Ranger, a Navy SEAL, a Marine. And that sort of fits the bill here. And I think they look fantastic.
Yeah. We've got Action Soldier Infantry and Action Sailor Recon Diver.
That's cool.
So,
and I was looking at the photos. I noticed that just like the original G.I. Joe, both of these figures come in Caucasian and African American.
Mm-hmm.
I think that looks great.
Yeah. Good looking figures, and
they are good
celebrating
looking figures.
a good anniversary. So.
Yeah.
But that is not all coming out of the G.I. Joe camp. They've also announced
there's more?
3 more retro card backs.
Look at that.
Scarlet.
And it's Scarlet looking like $1 million. Looks like the same head sculpt as the original, but that looks like a new uniform.
That is definitely like throwing back to the actual original,
the classic 3 3/4 inch. Yeah. Looks great.
And then we also have Ricondo.
Oh, nice.
Who he's currently out in the other series in Tiger Force colors, I believe.
Right. What's up with that? Like, they're doing that a lot. Tiger Force first, regular later.
Yeah. which
I
I
don't know
don't.
I don't know if I appreciate or agree with that. But anyway,
Yeah. And then if you missed him out before,
yeah,
get your Sergeant Duke.
look at him.
Is that not
He's
awesome?
looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that now you can't really see it, but in the packaged shot, he comes with what well, he's holding basically the generic, and this goes back to the Sunbow cartoon, the laser rifle, but also packed in there looks like his 3 3/4 inch submachine gun.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
Yeah. So these will be hitting or I guess they're pre-order now, so sometime in the next few months, but
Man,
all depends
I
on
can't
release
afford to
schedule.
think about this as in my head. I'm like, do I go back to classified and just the retro carded ones?
Well, even those you're kind of
Yeah, there's quite a
you're
few
a couple
already.
behind on
There's a
those.
few already. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But we got more.
Oh
Just in
man.
the regular classified line, they announced 4 more. So we are getting
Oh, Quick Kick
yeah,
and
Quick Kick,
Big Boa.
Big Boa, and the Techno Viper,
Oh, really?
and the Helicopter Assault Trooper Airborne.
Airborne.
So these are available for pre-order now. Some of them might already be sold out at that level.
Oh,
but,
yeah, go figure.
yeah, GameStop has them up. So
GameStop here in Canada as well?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
yeah, I've already pre-ordered my Techno Viper.
Oh, you did.
So he was on my list.
You're not missing that one.
No.
Nice.
And now some bad news for G.I. Joe.
Uh-oh.
The Super 7 Cobra mothership
Did not fund. Wow. Did you think it was going to go through?
I thought it would have.
I was on the fence. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not. I thought, this is a super niche item.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would have huge mass appeal, but I thought, at least in my own, the box that I live in,
Yeah.
a lot of the toy groups I'm in, I mean, G.I. Joe remains immensely popular with, well, mostly guys of our demographic, our age.
Yep.
Interesting.
So it's not going to come out.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. I hope they didn't spend a whole lot of money on that rendering.
Yeah.
At least they can do that and save a bunch of money and not have to prototype it.
True.
They can just digitally model it. There it is.
Send it out to the 3D printers.
Yeah, really.
This next one is kind of weird, but McFarlane Toys has expanded its Page Puncher brand and signed a multi-brand licensing agreement with Hasbro.
This strikes me as being kind of weird.
Yeah, the Page Punchers, if you haven't seen them, they're like super small, and they come with a comic book, and there's usually 2 in the pack, right?
They're not quite 3 3/4, but they're bigger. They're bigger than, say, like a vintage Mask figure or Dino Rider, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I think they're okay. The figures would be something that I would be comfortable with. Like, here, kid, play with this.
Yeah.
But like the synergy between those figures and the comic books.
Yeah.
Are these like, are people buying these? Hey, it's a comic book and I get an action figure, or it's, hey, I get an action figure and a comic book. I
don't know. I've seen them.
Do you see that there's a difference there?
I do. Being a comic and a toy guy, they don't appeal to me. I don't know.
I'm kind of there with you. I'm not sure how I feel about these, and I'm sure as heck not sure how I feel about another non-transforming Transformer line.
Yeah.
I mean, Hasbro already did it with their the red line or RED, depending on how you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean, if I'm going to get a non-transforming Transformer, you've got to appeal to me in a very specific way. This is not the way to do it, because I just don't think there's enough appeal. Like, I don't want to go and get like a subpar Optimus Prime for the sake of a comic book. I'd rather just go and buy the issue of the book if I want to read it. Do you know what I mean? When there are better offerings of those characters already in other form factors. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But they've added Transformers, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, and Dungeons and Dragons
now
to the
that
lineup.
So that actually, that last one actually makes me go, oh, because they're in. I said this the other day. I should have brought it downstairs. I forgot to bring it with me. Hasbro hasn't really been flexing Dungeons and Dragons a whole lot in action figure form. They did the movie line, which, I mean, you can still find all of them pretty relatively easily right now. But they've also done a couple of they've done two versions of a literary character with their Dritz Duerden. And I bought one of them. I was at the game shop the other day and I saw a plastic miniature, like the entire cast of one of my favorite books came out as a little multi-pack, and I immediately bought it. If they're going to do Dungeons and Dragons, this is an opportunity to dive into not just the game stuff, but into the literature, like characters like Elminster or the Heroes of the Lance.
Somebody
That's
that
the kind
wouldn't
of stuff
normally
that,
get one, yeah.
yeah, that have never had an action figure of any kind. I would love to see that.
Well, coming in from Red Swenson here.
Red Swenson on YouTube. Come on, Wes, do better. It was right there. Optimus Subprime. Yeah, you are true. That's true. You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? What's going on here? I was gonna give you one of these. Nope, that's not what I was gonna give you.
Uh-oh.
What was I gonna give you? That's the one.
Delayed reaction, but it's all good.
Yeah. Apparently I am operating subprime tonight too.
But you can expect these ones to launch early in 2024, and they're going mass market. So,
I'll keep my eyes open. I will weigh in on it when we start seeing them on the shelves. If I see any of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Yeah. I mean, Dungeons and Dragons did have a good run in the comic books. DC had the Dungeons and Dragons line for quite a long time, and they did Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms comic books. So, if they're going to reprint some of those and add in some of the figures, man, I just said I wasn't going to do this. Might be enough to get me to look twice. How's that? I'll leave it at that.
There you go. Well, switching over to Marvel, these were revealed. We're getting another Iron Spider.
This one. So I look at this, and you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the carbonized line from the Black Series.
A little bit, yeah.
It's got that extra sheen to it.
I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed
I'm
that
out.
we aren't getting
I'm
the
totally
Iron
out.
Spider arms with it.
Well,
How
yeah.
are you going to do an Iron Spider without the arms?
I agree with you. I'm out on just simply on principle, because this is what, like the third or fourth Iron Spider from the MCU. Don't need another one.
Yeah. And then we also get another Iron Man.
Also looking carbonized.
Yep.
And we've had a couple versions of this, arguably, that were better with the helmeted and unhelmeted heads.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know who they're appealing to with this one. Maybe people that missed out on those other ones.
Maybe.
If that's all you could get, but you're going to pay for it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's also going to be a Target exclusive Sam Wilson Captain America.
Oh, he looks rather comic booky.
Yeah, a bit different take than they did for the Build-A-Figure wave.
Okay, yeah, but this is comic book. This is not.
Yeah,
this is an MCU.
This is definitely comic book.
Yeah,
more akin with his red Falcon wings, and
I like that.
Yeah, it looks.
I do like that. I like the look of that.
Then there's also going to be a Walmart exclusive Captain America, Steve Rogers.
He just looks angry. Wow,
he does look angry. And he doesn't have the round shield. He's got that.
No, it's the
pointed army.
Yeah,
style.
the medieval knight shield.
Yeah. And they're also doing a X-Men Angel, as well as Red Widow.
Well, that Angel looks all right.
He does look nice.
Now they've photographed him from a very particular angle, but I'm looking at the hinge on his wings, and that sure looks pretty freaking deep.
Yeah.
Don't look at him from behind.
Probably not.
But good looking figure though.
Mm-hmm. So now all we need is the rest of the original 5, and
I do like that version of Angel though.
Yeah. But then we've also got the 50th anniversary of Wolverine coming up, and
we were talking about this a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a bunch of 2-packs have come out.
And there you go.
Yeah. First up, we have Brood Wolverine and Lilandra.
That's cool.
Empress of the Shi'ar, who I don't think has had a figure before, but
why she's not getting, why they've chosen to do it this way,
I don't know.
Because Wolverine sells.
Well, this particular version of Wolverine is kind of specific to.
I was going to say it really is.
And then we get Logan versus Sabretooth, and this Sabretooth is a version that everybody's been wanting for quite a while.
I was surprised looking at the other photos of this one that this version of Logan has more of the movie style claw, where they are protruding from between the fingers and not off the back of the hand.
Yeah.
Interesting, that whole, comics influencing the movies, reciprocal influencing the comics. So I kind of chuckled when I saw that. but it still looks good.
Yeah. Then we get another version of Wolverine with Psylocke, or another version of Psylocke, I should say.
Well,
And
this Wolverine reminds me of the Age of Apocalypse
a
Wolverine
little bit, yeah.
without the
Without the crazy hairdo and
the
lopped
stump.
off hand. Yeah. Yeah, but again, it goes back
Yeah,
to an
yeah.
issue of, I believe, Uncanny X-Men that they appeared in. So
The only reason that I can identify that as Psylocke, one, you told me that it was Psylocke, and two, the knife.
yeah, the psychic knife.
But what is going on
I
there?
believe that is before she transferred into the Asian assassin body.
Oh,
Back when she was just the English sister of Captain Britain.
Oh, before, yeah, when she
Yeah.
was somebody else.
Yep. But then they're rounding out the set with Patch and Joe Fixit going to that
That's
classic
cool.
Wolverine cover.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Like that's cool on on every level. Now, is that a reuse of that Kingpin body?
I know it is not.
It's
But
a-
it
that's a-
might
it's a
be
new
a
body?
reuse
A new-
of the actual Joe Fixit body.
Oh, from the other one.
Yeah, from the Gamerverse wave.
Yeah. That's the one.
Because they used the similar body for both Joe Fixit and Mr. Hyde.
That's right.
Just different hands and heads, right?
Now I'll have to look at them closer.
Yeah.
I mean, the size comparison, that's pretty good.
It's pretty spot on.
That's pretty
from the
good.
comics.
I do like that. You know, I would like again, but it's pretty specific to that cover. Man, did they do him before? Was he in stripes before?
Joe Fixit?
Yeah,
No, he was in a dark blue suit with a
with the
hat.
fedora.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that look.
Yeah. Very opposing.
Yeah.
But moving back over to McFarlane, they've announced the wave 2 of the Batman the Animated Series. So of course it's McFarlane. We're getting another Batman.
Yeah. Do we know size wise what these are roughly?
7-inch, I believe.
I mean, I've got the first McFarlane animated Batman, and I got to tell you, it looks a million times better than that.
Yeah.
I know that this is specific to one episode of the show,
Yeah.
but like they really nerfed the face on this one.
Mm. But we get Batman and the
Just-
Joker.
Take a look at him in the package there. Look
Yeah.
at the it's like
Yeah.
it's like the tick chin.
Yeah. But we're also getting
He's all chin. He is the chin.
yes, if chins could kill. That was Bruce Campbell's book. We're also getting Commissioner Gordon and the Riddler.
See, now the rest of them look great. I have no issue with the rest of them.
Yeah. And if you buy the entire wave, you get to build Lockup from the series.
Yeah, that's all right too.
Yeah.
Funny that the legs come with a torso
Yeah.
or hips.
It's weird how they split them up this time.
Yeah,
but
definitely not
Not
what
your-
you'd
typical.
expect.
Moving on, for those with expensive taste and money to burn.
I got expensive taste, but I don't know if I have the other one.
Yeah. The Rick Hunter Veritech.
Oh man,
comic.
we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Is this the same one?
This I don't think so.
I don't. I think this is a different one.
Yeah, this is from Reflex Collectibles.
This is up now for pre-order
Yeah.
on Sideshow Collectibles.
Yep.
For those of you who live in Canada, this particular plastic wearable will set you back before taxes and shipping.
$971.35.
Don't forget the 35 cents.
No, can't forget that.
I love Robotech, but the whole thing just at this point in my life, it just feels cursed, right? Like
A little bit.
you make a high-end product that a ton of people would love to have, but you ensure that only the most liquid of us can actually go out and get it.
Yep.
If they had have priced this at the price point of, and we talked about helmets before,
Yeah.
because I could easily
you
go
can get
down
a
the
1-to-1 scale Captain America
Right.
shield that's full metal and
Yeah,
wearable
yeah,
for
yeah.
like $150.
I could go down the Hasbro, the Black Series helmet. That would be easy to do. And I feel like they are expensive, but I feel that those are at the price point that I would expect. If you had made this at a similar price point to one of the Hasbro helmets, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Like, I don't understand what makes it so expensive.
It is such a niche thing. I feel like that's just it. Like outside of Japan, I mean, it's Macross in Japan, and Robotech almost everywhere else.
Yeah.
But Robotech is so like I don't want to say it's looked down on, but it's looked at as sort of like the bastard stepchild, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think it sort of goes hand in hand with that. If not a lot of people are going to be buying it, we better milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know if this is a limited run or not.
I believe it is created in small batches, is what they said.
Okay.
Handmade in small batches.
Oh, there you go.
But it uses what does it say here? Only the finest automotive paints and clear coats.
I mean, they're using premium stuff.
Yeah. It's got an interior that is carefully lined with soft polyester header fabric.
Okay.
It is 1-to-1 scale, hand assembled in USA and Texas. And they say each piece is crafted, painted, and polished with the utmost care.
Interesting that they got a license then.
Yeah.
Small company. Now, mind you, Harmony Gold has been giving out licenses for Robotech in the last couple of years to small makers.
Get enough licenses out there, build buzz, I guess. And
well, I'm sure they're getting a hefty royalty on this.
I would hope so.
For sure they are.
It's got a fiberglass exterior, and it is said that helmet is solid, but it's intended to be a collectible.
Yeah.
So
like,
no buying this and then using it.
Don't take it on a ski trip. That's funny.
For display purposes
yeah,
only,
exactly.
or running around your house.
Yeah, I mean, cosplay I think would be okay.
Yeah.
Just don't headbutt anybody.
Yeah. But that does bring us to our next
What
segment.
is it? Is it that time again?
It's that time.
Let's fire up the machine.
Loading lexicon. Generating responses. Responses ready. Lexicon is the word game where you decide what's real and what is a con. Get ready. Here we go.
All right, here we are. We're back again with Lexicon, the word game where I present with a nonsensical but true word and give you 3 definitions of which you will try to pick the correct one. And if I've done my homework and done my job correctly, I will fool you all and pull off the con.
What do you got for us?
All right, you ready for this week's word? All right, this week's word is
Bummock.
I'm sorry.
Bummock?
I can't not chuckle at that. You want to hear it again?
Sure.
All right. This week's word,
Bummock.
Bummock. Bummock. What do you think?
Well, if you split it up, that's not very nice to mock bums, but
Is it like a hammock, but it's a
I
bummock?
don't know.
Is it some kind of underwear?
Maybe.
That's
Well, they are selling ball hammocks right now on TV.
Oh, nice.
And they're calling them ball hammocks.
That is not one of the options. You want to see what the options are?
What do you got?
All right. Definition number 1.
A submerged mass of ice projecting downwards.
That's definition number 1. Definition number 2.
An old Scottish word for a strong ale that is brewed in large quantities for a feast, particularly at Christmas time.
Oh, Christmas theme. And we got definition number 3.
A maritime term used to describe a small peculiar wave that has broken apart from the main wave pattern. Sailors often use the term to alert each other to unexpected waves that can make navigation difficult.
Bummock.
Bummock off the port bow.
I mean, 2 of them almost, 1 and 3 almost go together. We've got a submerged mass of ice that's projecting downwards. We have an old Scottish word for a strong ale that is brewed in large quantities for a feast, particularly at Christmas time. Or a maritime term used to describe a small peculiar wave that has broken apart from the main wave pattern. Sailors often use the term to alert each other to unexpected waves that can make navigation difficult. Bummock. Bummock. Bummock.
I don't know. I'm thinking because of the festive time, I might go with number 2, but I could also see a sailor yelling that on the deck of a ship.
Bummock to port!
But I don't know my nautical terms that well, so.
Not a sailor, right?
No.
All right. Well, anybody want to chime in?
I'm a yard sailor.
I got Andy coming in. That's right. I got Andy locking in with number 2. I cannot play this week because I know the answer. I can't play any week because I know the answer. What am I talking about?
You could cheat.
I don't want to do that.
No,
No. Anybody want to take a swing at it?
out there in
In
Viewerland.
Viewerland. Well, that's okay. Still, it's a funny word, and if you said anything other than wait a second here, if you said anything other than number 3, you were correct on both counts.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's another one of those weird double meaning ones. Steve coming in just at the bell with number 2. Ray at number 2. Yes, you are both correct. It is an old Scottish word for a strong ale that is brewed in large quantities for a feast, particularly at Christmas time. It is also a submerged mass of ice projecting downwards. Going back to number 2, though, in the Orkney dialect, it also refers to the feast itself. Okay. And the feast is something that is shared between landlords and their tenants. So there you go. A triple meaning this week.
Nice. Oh, and a side note to viewer of the show, Ray.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Ray. Did we do something special for Ray?
We gave him some supper and a cake and whatnot.
Happy birthday. My God, so close to Christmas. Are you one of those people that doesn't get a Christmas because the birthday and the Christmas is too close? So it's like, we'll just consider it the same?
No, you give him something on his birthday and then a couple more Christmas.
That's fair. That's fair. Cool. Back over to you, man.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I'll be back next week with another freaky word. Try and fool y'all. Of course, I didn't fool anybody this week, so
Multiple options.
we'll have to do better. I like it. I like it when there's multiple.
Yeah, because it leaves you guessing.
We've had a couple of those, and they're always like a what?
Yeah.
What do you mean there's more than one?
At least you learned something.
I definitely did.
Yeah. So shifting over to the DCU, apparently Sean Gunn will be playing Verse.
This has been getting a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
I don't mind it. Like, I know James Gunn cast his brother in a lot of stuff, and
so
from what I've seen, he's done well.
The term nepotism keeps coming up around this. Like, is that what we're seeing here?
Maybe.
Do you think? I mean, has he earned his place?
I think so. He's done really well as Kraglin.
Even before that, I mean, he's done a lot of stuff. So it's hard not to point the finger, though, when you share the same last name as the guy who runs the studio.
Yeah.
But
this isn't even his first time into the DCU. He's been there twice already.
Oh yeah. He was the body, the mocap for the rat guy.
Yeah, the Weasel or whatever.
Weasel.
Yeah.
The Weasel.
And then he was also Calendar Man.
Oh, that's right too. Yeah. That's funny. Speaking of Suicide Squad, did you see that it's one of the most popular movies on Netflix right now?
Did.
The original one,
Yeah,
the Air one.
Yeah, the one with the terrible Joker.
Yeah, that one.
Sorry.
It's true.
I know.
It's totally true.
But
yeah, I'm okay with this. I mean, again, as long as the characters are, rich and the story is good,
yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I think I've seen every Tom Cruise movie, and you know what? He works with the same people all the time.
Yeah, I find it.
I'm okay with that.
Tim Burton recasting Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp in everything.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Ultimately, I am okay with this. I don't really worry too much about stuff like this. I just want to be entertained.
Yeah,
and
he's an entertaining actor, so.
I do like him. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, it's not known if he's going to appear in the Superman Legacy film, but rumors has that he will show up eventually.
I just want to, put him up against Pedro's version. See how that plays out.
Yeah. That was one role I don't think Pedro kind of fit for me.
No.
But my opinion. This next one kind of scary and at the same time weird. But Keanu Reeves' Hollywood home has been raided again by masked intruders.
Oh, sorry, again. Oh, wow.
The Los Angeles Police Department received an anonymous call on Wednesday, December 6th, about a trespasser at his property. And when they arrived that evening to conduct their search, they weren't able to locate anyone. But they returned Thursday due to an alarm going off, and they saw security footage of multiple men in ski masks smashing a window and entering the actor's house.
Oh man.
He wasn't home at the time, but they walked away from the house with one firearm and then fled the scene.
You know, anytime something like this happens, I immediately go to how was it stored?
Yeah.
You know, first of all, I don't, you know, a home invasion on any level is just awful and scary as hell. When I was young and we were all away, same thing. My parents were away, my brothers and I, we were all away. We got home to find out that our house had been broken into.
Mm.
And I don't remember there being a whole lot of stuff gone, like taken, but like the fact that things had been tossed,
Yeah.
it's this total like it's a violation, like, and I can't explain how it feels. And I was pretty young when it happened, but like, it's a horrible thing to happen. But now that they've left with a gun,
Yeah.
how was that gun stored? And I don't know what the laws are in California around that, so I can't really say. But you know, up here, it's locked in a cabinet and
Yeah,
ammunition.
locks.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
But like we said there, it's not the first time. Back in 2014, U.S. Weekly confirmed that Reeves found an unknown woman in his house.
stalker.
Yeah. He woke up at 5 a.m. after hearing a sound coming from his library where he discovered the woman sitting in his chair.
Yeah.
She just said that she was there to meet him, and he tried to have a calm conversation while alerting the authorities, and they detained the woman and determined she should be placed in an involuntary psychiatric hold.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. But days later, a second woman walked into his home when he wasn't there, entering the property through an unlocked door that the cleaning crew had forgot to close.
I bet you they got fired.
Yeah. The woman proceeded to undress, jump into his shower, and later go skinny dipping in the pool. But once the cleaning crew noticed the woman, they reached out to him and he contacted 911, and she was taken in for mental evaluation as well.
That's wild.
Yeah. But, people who look at him and just see the John Wick, he says, it's a fun character to be able to have, but I don't take that thing home with me.
No,
So,
of course not. Yeah.
It's Keanu. He's not John Wick.
I mean, maybe he'll download some Kung Fu and Matrix
Maybe.
your ass.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
As long as you don't kill his dog, you're okay.
Don't change your name to Trinity.
Yeah. He'll destroy your Matrix.
Yeah, really.
This next one sucks this time of year.
Oh man, now I'm going to remain silent on this one.
Yeah,
No, you go ahead.
Hasbro is laying off 1,100 employees.
You know, you could take out the word Hasbro and you could put in any other
Yeah.
company and it still sucks.
Yep.
But like as toy guys, when you see that and you go, oh, rising costs,
Yep.
Slumping sales, and this is your cost cutting
To
measure.
cut 20% of the workforce.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah. But Hasbro CEO Chris Cox announced the layoffs last Monday in a memo, which came in addition to roughly 800 jobs eliminated earlier this year.
Only.
Yeah. But the decision was to reduce Hasbro's workforce to make a stronger and more persistent, or what does it say here? Made in light of the market headwinds proving to be stronger and more persistent than planned. So the market's not agreeing with them, so they're just going to slash their workforce.
I mean, this is a company that I can see is going to, I don't know. It just, when everything comes down to the bottom line and investors' interests,
Yeah.
it makes it
stops being
really,
about
really
people,
hard. Yeah.
and it's more about the money. And I've seen that happen with other businesses.
I mean, for all the time that people were arguing that, kids are the future of toys, right? That it's not adults. It's like, really though? I
But
mean,
they're
we're
marketing to adults.
we are the ones that they're making some of their biggest selling lines are, 6-inch action figure lines that are collector friendly.
Yep.
And let's face it, most 12-year-olds don't have the scratch to walk into a store and buy, 3, 4, 5, or 6 figures in any given wave. And that's just action figures. That's not any of the other stuff that they do.
And that's not taking into account, like, most kids today don't give a crap. Like, they don't know G.I. Joe. They don't know He-Man.
That's right.
Know
They don't have an attachment to
Turtles, but
sure.
not like we did back then, right?
It's just such a really weird place to be in, where like us as sort of the bastion of like, we'll keep these lines going. We'll keep buying it because we have the money to do so. Well, I mean, you're laying off people. What else is coming next?
Yeah.
Probably another price hike because nothing's ever going to get cheaper.
And that's just going to make it worse.
Yeah. At some point, you just go, it's not sustainable anymore. And then what happens?
Yep.
You know,
It just reminds me again of that one cartoon that's floating around the internet right now. And it's a boat. And up on the upper deck, it's got like a table full of 20 CEOs saying,
oh, yeah, yeah.
what are we going to do? We've already cut our workforce. And you look down in the bottom, there's only one guy left.
One guy rowing.
You know what? It's an easy fix.
Yeah. Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
if you actually
Thin out the top.
Yeah.
Let some people retire. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop the price of these back down because I can't imagine them being
Something
any more
like,
costly.
yeah, no. Something like this just makes me, it makes me worry about the future of all toy companies.
Yeah.
You know, like certainly the big guy. I can see like Mattel, you know, landing in similar,
Yeah.
mind you, there are different stuff going on for them that, you know, are like evergreen. I mean, Barbie. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So,
Go-to staples.
you know, I mean, Hasbro really needs a win to stay afloat, as it were. Or I can see more of this stuff happening.
Yeah.
Easily.
But, you know, we could talk to World Blue in the face, but they're not going to listen. But
Yeah.
apparently the company will also reduce its footprint existing in Providence, Rhode Island, with the space ending its lease term in January 2025,
Okay.
according to the memo that came out. But the layoffs are not the only cost-cutting move. In August, the company announced it would sell its E1 film and TV business to Lionsgate
Okay.
for $500 million. So,
All right. Well, there you go.
yeah. So strange days coming for Hasbro.
I guess so. Yeah.
And the strange days keep coming because E3 is dead.
We've known this for a while, though. There hasn't been a physical E3 since 2019.
Yeah. So you could say COVID killed it, but
did it? I guess.
Or at least put the first nail in.
It was already like E3 was already sort of dwindling, though. Like the last physical E3, one of the big studios did. I don't know if it was. Don't quote me on this. Either Microsoft or Sony did not attend. It might have been Microsoft. It might have been Xbox.
Oh.
But I mean, E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo, was the biggest video game conference and electronics consumer electronics show in North America for like forever.
Years.
Yeah. And it had been sort of like kind of swirling the last couple of years, but yeah, haven't had a physical show in 4 years.
Yeah.
I guess they tried to resurrect it, but it's just it's a no-go.
Yeah.
No go no more.
Yeah. They're quoted on Twitter as saying, or X, whatever you want to call it.
Does anybody even X?
I know. Go get that t-shirt. After more than 2 decades of serving as a central showcase for the video game industry, ESA has decided to end E3. ESA remains focused on advocating for ESA member companies and the industry workforce who fuel positive cultural and economic impact every day. So what that means, I guess they're going to just advocate rather than put on.
Yeah, I don't know. But there are other, certainly for video games, there are other events.
Yeah.
There are other events throughout the year that they can go to. I mean, certainly, you know, video games occupy a slice of the big conventions, New York Comic Con and San Diego.
Yeah.
So
there's always the playground for that.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting close to the end here.
Are we getting down to the end?
I thought we'd
Holy
go longer
cow.
than that, but oh well. This one, it's not too late for Christmas because it's finally here. Weird, the Al Yankovic story dropped December 12th on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra HD.
Well, this has been out for a while now.
It's been on the Roku channel for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, Roku and original.
Yeah.
We both watched it.
It's awesome.
I liked it. I said, no surprise that a guy who's made his entire career on parodies would make a biopic that is a parody of his life.
Yep.
And it makes total sense. It's totally entertaining.
It's fun. The cameos are awesome.
Yeah.
But this new release of it's got a ton of bonus material, including a full-length commentary with Weird Al and director Eric Apple, a 25-minute deleted scenes feature, behind-the-scenes stuff, interviews, trailers, and a whole bunch more.
All the things that you would expect from a physical release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rush out and get that and jam it under the tree.
If you haven't seen it and you don't want to spend the money,
Check it out on Roku.
if you have a Roku, it is free on the Roku channel, and it's worth a watch.
Yeah. This next one is kind of cool.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah, and this is awesome. Peter Cullen has received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Children's Emmy Awards, and that was over this last weekend.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
Peter Cullen,
Peter
voice of Optimus
Prime.
Yeah. So it was the second annual Children's and Families Emmys, and Megatron's voice, Frank Welker, actually presented him with the award. So
it's a fantastic segment. I saw it, and it was a recorded version, but I watched the whole, not the whole show, but his induction.
Yeah.
I watched the segment. It's so good.
He's quoted as saying, "And now a time to thank my many Transformers fans and friends. With all my heart, we are one."
And pretty much in Optimus Prime's voice,
Yeah.
by the way, which of course is chilling to hear every time he does an Optimus thing. And I've met Peter Cullen, so like I am allowed to gush on this because they say never meet your heroes unless your hero is Optimus freaking Prime. Peter Cullen, hugely humble, and he remains so even through his acceptance of this award. No surprise that that he is, and I mean, I know we lost a lot of people this week. God help it the day that we lose Optimus Prime. I'm gonna be I'll be like 7 days of mourning. Don't even talk to me. Man, it was so good. But yeah, totally deserved. The Children's Emmy Awards, by the way, spun out of the regular primetime, the primetime Emmy Awards. Sorry, not the primetime, the daytime Emmy Awards. But it's now its own thing.
Yeah.
It's still the same award though. They still get the same statue, and
Nice.
and super cool.
Yeah.
Go Optimus Prime.
That's right. Need more him out there.
Absolutely.
More like him.
Yeah.
Because this next one we don't need more of.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
So,
Well,
Marvel Studios has dropped Jonathan Majors following the guilty verdict in the harassment and assault lawsuit.
you know, as his employer, they have every right to do so.
Yep.
They have every right to do so. And honestly, a couple of the articles that were floating around, especially the ones that were Marvel centric, did not really point out all the other things that he's been cut from.
Yeah.
Nor did they really get into a lot of the detailing about her injuries, which some of the other articles did detail. And really, I don't like to read between the lines, but it's hard not to when you read sort of what details are out there, and they might be right on this one. I'm not a big fan of the whole cancel culture thing, but and maybe, we're just living in a world where, because everything is instant and we have access to everything at a moment's notice,
Yeah.
we're kind of spoiled that way. Because 20 years ago, we would never have known
No.
any of that stuff. It would have just been a headline in a newspaper somewhere, right? And we either go, "Oh, that's too bad. I liked his acting," which, by the way, I do. I like his acting. I think he's a great
He was
actor.
one of the most sought after actors last year in Hollywood.
But it sounds like he may not be a great person.
Yeah.
And how do you separate that?
This is a whole different animal.
Absolutely.
And
it
James
is.
Gunn getting canceled over a tweet from 20 years ago.
Right, which he repeatedly apologized for
Yeah.
openly.
Yeah. Because, on December 18th, he was convicted of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault of Grace Jabari, his ex-girlfriend. And that was a source close to the studio that confirmed the decision to Variety magazine.
His ex-girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Was she his ex-girlfriend at the time?
She might have been because of what happened. I guess they were in the limo and she was going through his phone and found texts from another woman. And, confronted him about it.
Yeah.
At which point he took back his phone physically and injured her hand. And then as she tried to get out, hit her in the back of the head and tried to pull her back in.
When we were covering this early on, and it was like, oh, well, they were saying that she was the aggressor. And I believe that he got physical with her, and I believe that she got physical with him. But when you get the other details of oh, you're talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
She wasn't just going to be happy and say, "Oh, well,
oh, that's really too bad. We should just split up."
Yeah.
No. love makes people do weird crazy things, and this is certainly right up that alley.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad that he's been fired. He's been dropped by his agency.
We've got it here. He was been dropped by his talent manager,
Yeah.
Entertainment 360, his publicity firm, the Lede Company. He's no longer involved with the Protagonist Pictures film, The Man in My Basement. The U.S. Army has pulled a major ad campaign featuring him.
Even the government doesn't like him anymore.
Yeah, as did the Texas Rangers baseball team. I guess they had another ad campaign.
There you go.
Out. Several other projects, including Spike Lee's The Understudy for Amazon and the Dennis Rodman film 48 Hours in Vegas,
Yeah,
are now in limbo.
so we don't know what's going to happen with those.
Yeah,
But man, like
like
you got to expect this stuff. Like I've said this before, like as an actor, you pretty much have to expect, just like a politician, that anything and everything you've done,
you're under a
somebody
microscope.
somebody is out there making it their entire life's mission to uncover every piece of dirt that they can about you.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of these people don't give any sort of thought towards that,
yeah,
which is unfortunate because look at what it's doing to Hollyweird.
yeah. Because he had it made. Like the
Yeah.
Kang dynasty was going to be the next Thanos, right?
Well, for Marvel, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if the fans would agree with that.
Well,
Certainly the lead up to that has not proven to be as
No.
exciting.
Thanos was
But-
always my go-to villain.
But okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Now it's out in the open. He's fired,
So they have two options.
potentially canceled. So let's go route one, recast. Yeah.
And I've already seen names like John Boyega flying around to possibly replace him, which
Interesting.
I'd be fine with.
I'd be okay with that as well. We already know from other multiversal entries that you don't need the same actor
No.
to be the same character.
Yeah, Thanos was
Totally.
recast twice over the course of his lead up.
Was he?
Yeah, because in the first one he was just some
It was
random.
a CGI.
Yeah, and then at the end of Guardians, where he pulls the gauntlet.
That's right. Yeah.
Or was it Thor? Either way, that one was one version. Then finally we
Oh.
got the Josh Brolin.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay. Shows you how much I know. So that is an option, and it is a viable option if they still want to go down the Kang route.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the rumor that was sort of floating around. What if Marvel has to pivot away from this,
And shoot to another villain.
and where do we go? Like I said at the end of Loki season 2, if this is the way it ends and we never see Kang again,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I am
he's
totally
getting-
okay with it. It's all wrapped
all
up.
his variants are getting pruned.
That's right.
and
It's all wrapped up and we don't have to deal with that. We could just leave it right there and move on and maybe speed up the rollout, as it were.
Yeah.
Do you think, and I think the leading one is Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I don't know that they want to push him that quick, but
I was going to say, does Doom command enough attention to get people back into to invest in the MCU?
I think if done right, yes. Because like the version where he's just some dude decaying from metal, he's not enough to take the Marvel universe.
You've got to play the political aspect that he's a ruler of a country. You got to Black Panther him. We know that as comic book guys, we know that.
And like they've been laying seeds for Latveria for a while now.
Sure. But seriously, have a UN thing where he's not allowed to go, or he's
Or he just shows up unannounced.
right.
and
Yeah. Or
completely owns the room.
he's talking to the former Warsaw Pact countries or something, right? That becomes a problem
Yeah.
that, the world's heroes got to get involved in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doom. I'd be okay with that.
It could work.
All right. Where are we going next?
Next up, we have a new shirt alert.
What?
We got a new one out there. So spinning out of Lexicon, go wash your rockstars.
Go watch your Rockstars. Oh, that's hilarious.
If you don't recall, Oxter means armpit.
That's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little bit soapy, a little bit bubbly. Looks fun. Available now on our merch site.
I love it with the barbs. Oh, that's great.
And if you haven't gone yet and taken advantage of the December sales going on, it's not too late. Some of them are still happening. And again, every new shirt that goes up is on sale for at least 48 hours.
Yeah. And of course, the link to the merch shop is in the description of this It is on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
Is it in everything?
It should be in everything.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. So you can find it at the link in the description.
Go get yourself some merch. But this next one, if you weren't already aware, McDonald's has brought back a piece of our childhood.
So this caught me off guard because I didn't know that this was happening until you
Me
sent
either,
the thing. Yeah.
until I saw it, and
Yeah.
now I'm kind of obsessed. But
Now, are they? Well, let's just get to it and then we can discuss.
Yeah, the Kerwin Frost Box is now available, and what that is either a 10-piece nugget or Big Mac Happy Meal for adults.
That's cool.
And what it does, it comes with one of 6 of the McNugget Buddies.
Now,
These are a throwback to the McNugget toys that we would have got way back when.
Now, are these just a reissue or these are new characters?
These are all new characters
Okay.
designed by Kerwin Frost,
That's cute.
who has one designed after himself. But
Let me guess. The dude with the top hat?
yes. Yeah.
Because everybody needs a top hat.
So Kerwin Frost, he's a DJ, poet, artist.
Yeah.
And he wanted, also lover of McDonald's, and wanted to collaborate. So they've crafted this story, and each character is like a unique outfit, and they've got their own backstory and everything.
That's cool.
You get Kerwin Frost, the #1 McNugget buddy hype man. Weifutu, the princess of positivity.
Nice.
Uptown Mo, the local of Frost Way. Dawn Bernice, who is the wise and witty stylist.
You don't say with the blue hair.
That one is actually Brick, the self-proclaimed cool
okay.
guy.
Oh, cool. Oh, is that ice? Is this supposed to be ice?
Supposed to be ice. And Darla, who is the lead singer of the Frostettos.
Nice. Oh, that's cute.
So 6 to collect there, but there is a 7th.
Oh,
There
really?
is a chase figure.
Okay.
That is the Golden Nugget.
The gold, like a golden ticket?
No, it's literally a golden chicken nugget.
It's not made of gold, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
Gold
but
plastic.
he is the chase one.
Yeah.
And the good news is he is not one of one. There's many of these going around.
Okay, so there's a good
you're
chance that you
there's a
could
good
get
chance you're gonna get one.
That's cool. I wonder if well, I mean, McDonald's toys have always had this like weird place between like piece of crap
Or awesome.
and like highly collectible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We haven't had consistently good
no.
McDonald's toys probably since the early to late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything really good in a long time.
No. But these ones are kind of striking a chord. So
There's enough nostalgia there. I love the slippers on Kerwin.
Yeah.
They're do you remember those? I don't even know what you call them. They were like,
Stompies?
is that what they're called?
The
No,
ones where you stomp and they
no. The McDonald's characters. They were like just balls of
the Fry
fluff.
Guys.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Fry Guys.
I guess that's what they are. Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, all the accessories here are all swappable. So you get them all and you can mix and match.
Oh, so they're almost like potato heads,
Kind of, yeah.
McNugget heads.
They do come in their own little box.
Oh, that's cool.
So this box within your Kerwin Frost box.
Oh, here, let me put it in front of the other
put it in the
camera.
high def.
That'll look a little better. McNugget buddies.
Yeah.
That's the front of the box. And then we get a cross sell on the back with all of our characters.
Yep. Except the gold. The gold is unlisted.
What if one day you woke up as a McNugget on that side of the box? And welcome to Frost Way. And that's really cool. And wow, this is sealed. You haven't even opened this yet.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, there is a code on the bottom. Not that that's going to help you, because you cannot buy these outside of the meal.
Ask all your friends.
Ask
who
all your
work at
friends.
McDonald's.
Yeah, because there is a code list out there.
Some kid who works at McDonald's is making a fortune right now.
Yeah, snatching up all the gold nuggets.
I need a full set.
But yeah, I don't know how long they're going to be there. So, head out and treat yourself to McDonald's. And
Do we know when this promotion started?
I believe it just started last week.
So it's only just a few days in.
Yeah.
Probably good till at least the end of the month.
Well,
I don't
as
know.
long, again, I don't know what the production run on these is, how many they're going to do, but
I don't even know. Do you know offhand like how like the average McDonald's promotion is? It a couple of weeks?
it used to be like a month and a bit, because they would
It's
do
quite long. Yeah.
know,
Okay.
2 different things every week. But this one, apparently they're all out now, and it's just random whatever you get.
I mean, I've said it before. It's not my thing, but like blind box is still, well, it was for a while. It was pretty popular. So
Yeah.
until you get 6 of one and
Yeah.
nothing of another.
But again, with the code on the bottom, you don't have to open it, and you can trade a sealed one for a sealed one to a friend.
That's cool.
So,
Or just open it and enjoy it.
yeah, exactly.
What are you doing with that one?
I don't know yet.
You haven't decided.
He's a double.
He's a double. Oh, for sure, because you've already checked the code.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. So which one is it then?
Believe this one is, what was his name? If I'm remembering right, I believe this is Uptown Mo.
Uptown Mo. So the guy with the ball hat.
Yep, and all the toys and whatnot in his arms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Get out and get some nuggets.
Nuggies are life.
They are. But the nugget meal version is $2 more than the Big Mac version.
Wonder why.
Nuggets are, I don't know,
Chicken's more expensive
chicken
than
shortage.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
But that does bring us to our last item of business for
Oh
tonight.
man, it's that time again. Well, it's Andy. He's out there in the aisles. He's hunting for you and me. So we can save a few dollars with this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama.
This week, you're actually saving a whole bunch of dollars.
Okay.
First up, we have the Spin Master Batman Bat Tech.
Oh,
versus the Riddler 2-pack.
Spin Master, who got the I wouldn't say they got the kids license essentially for DC. So that's cool.
These are the little 4-inch figures. The 2-pack contains both Riddler and Bat Tech Batman.
Funny, they look an awful lot like the Page Punchers.
Bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Yeah.
But again, $5 for the pack at Dollarama, and on Amazon, you're looking at $23.
That's good.
And then the other one, big one here, McFarlane's My Hero Academia.
Okay.
The Sports Festival Arena with Izuku Midoriya.
I've been seeing photos of this on some of the collector groups. People are buying them in
just for the background.
Yeah, and they're putting other things on them, like it's a plinth or a monument.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but $5 at the store, but on Amazon you're looking at $39. I believe at GameStop you might be even looking at $49 for this particular unit.
It's funny how, some of the stuff that's, currently at regular retail
and is showing up,
makes its way in, right?
Yeah. But you can still find it. There's still lots of them out there. Go grab them up. If you got a My Hero Academia fan, perfect.
Absolutely.
If you just have an action figure collector fan, also perfect.
Yeah, because they do make a pretty interesting stand.
Yeah.
If you wanted to show off, a central figure or two.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. And you know what? I thought we were going to go a lot longer tonight, but it's really, this has been pretty much an average length episode.
Yeah. It kind of blasted through everything.
As we hear, we're coming up on an hour and 30. I want to thank everybody who has put up with our weird schedule over the last couple of weeks as we've been bouncing around sort of personal life stuff and illness and all the other. Whoa, there we go. Just want to thank everybody for sticking with us. It's been awesome. Just with all of your continued support. Our YouTube channel continues to grow. We're currently at 485, I believe, today. 15 people away from that 500. Are we going to get there before the end of the year, before 2023? I don't know. Certainly, once we get back to our regular review stuff, I'm sure the numbers will continue. But it's not about the numbers.
No.
It's about the quality of what we are doing. If you like what we're doing and you want to see us do more of that, consider checking out our Patreon. There's a link in the description as well. It's pretty cheap. As always, if you want to support the show, you can always head over to our merch shop and check out all of the designs over there. All of the designs, by the way, are compliments of that guy right over there. He's not just a pretty face. He can actually design stuff too. And of course, check out our YouTube channel, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget, come back and see us next week because we do this at least once a week.
Yep.
Sometimes more.
Oh, and shout out to Jeff at New Books in Oshawa.
What's going on with Jeff?
Well, he hypes us all the time.
I was going to say, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I usually get it later on.
Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah.
And
very much.
If you're not done your Christmas shopping, go in. He's got lots of stuff. And apparently he's going to be doing a really wicked Boxing Day sale
that's
next
cool.
week.
New books. That's North Simcoe Street in Oshawa, Ontario. Oh, that's a nice comment. We got Ray over on YouTube says, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Aw.
And we wish all of you guys a super happy holiday season. If we don't get back for a Christmas live stream, we'll catch you shortly thereafter as we navigate life that never ceases to entertain. Anyway, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one. For Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll catch you on the next one. And bye for now.
Don't forget.
Fan on. Nice.